What is the capital city of Oklahoma? A. Tulsa. B. Oklahoma City. C. Norman. D. Edmond. Which river forms part of the eastern border of Oklahoma? A. Mississippi River. B. Red River. C. Arkansas River. D. Rio Grande. What is the highest point in Oklahoma? A. Black Mesa. B. Mount Scott. C. Wichita Mountains. D. Panorama Point. Which Native American tribe was forcibly relocated to present-day Oklahoma along the Trail of Tears? A. Apache. B. Cherokee. C. Sioux. D. Navajo. What is the state bird of Oklahoma? A. American robin. B. Eastern bluebird. C. Scissor-tailed flycatcher. D. Northern mockingbird. The Oklahoma City National Memorial commemorates an event that occurred on which date? A. April 19, 1995. B. July 4, 1988. C. September 11, 2001. D. June 6, 1944. Which industry has historically been a significant part of Oklahoma's economy? A. Technology. B. Agriculture. C. Tourism. D. Mining. What is the official state flower of Oklahoma? A. Sunflower. B. Rose. C. Indian blanket. D. Bluebonnet. Which of the following is a major university located in Norman, Oklahoma? A. Oklahoma State University. B. University of Tulsa. C. University of Oklahoma. D. Oklahoma City University. The Will Rogers World Airport is located in which Oklahoma city? A. Tulsa. B. Norman. C. Lawton. D. Oklahoma City. Understanding learning objectives, selecting students who can master them most rapidly, pre-testing, condensing instructional time for those students who grasp the objectives, and A. Reviewing assessments. B. Recommending acceleration opportunities. A pupil who struggles to comprehend spoken language is lacking in A. Receptive communication. B. Expressive communication. C. Social communication. D. Verbal communication. Which of the following independent study techniques aids pupils in developing the ability to politely disagree? A. Debate. B. Role-playing. C. Peer teaching. D. Virtual lessons. Which of the following instances best exemplifies how to teach fluency to students? A. Daily, the classroom teacher shows students how to sound out words using phonics skills. B. After lunch each day, the classroom teacher reads aloud from a chapter book. What categories of intelligence are students grouped into according to Howard Gardner's theory of multiple intelligences? A. Emphatic, recessive, aggressive, assertive, dogmatic, apologetic, determined, elusive. B. Verbal linguistic, mathematical logical, musical, visual spatial, body kinesthetic, interpersonal, naturalistic, existential. Which of the following best describes how this picture serves as an illustration of promoting literacy? A. Reading to young children helps them get a good night's rest. B. Reading to young children is important in developing their overall literacy. What is the primary purpose of an individualized education program (IEP) in the context of mild-moderate disabilities? A. To assign grades to students with disabilities. B. To provide a legal document for parents. C. To guide instructional planning for a student with disabilities. Which of the following is a characteristic commonly associated with attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, ADHD? A. Language impairment. B. Intellectual disability. C. Impulsivity and inattention. In the context of inclusive education, what is the purpose of Universal Design for Learning, UDL? A. To standardize curriculum across all classrooms. B. To create a one-size-fits-all instructional approach. C. To provide flexibility in instructional methods and materials. What is the term used to describe an approach that involves teaching skills in their natural environment and context? A. Ecological assessment. B. Inclusion. C. Differentiated instruction. Which assessment tool is commonly used to measure adaptive behavior skills in individuals with intellectual disabilities? A. Wechsler Intelligence Scale for Children, WISC. B. Vineland Adaptive Behavior Scales. C. Woodcock-Johnson Tests of Achievement. What is a key consideration when planning accommodations for a student with dyslexia? A. Providing extra time on tests and assignments. B. Assigning advanced reading materials. C. Eliminating all written assessments. D. Focusing solely on auditory learning strategies. In the context of mild-moderate disabilities, what is the purpose of a functional behavior assessment, FBA? A. To diagnose specific learning disabilities. B. To determine eligibility for special education services. C. To understand the function of challenging behaviors. D. To assess intellectual functioning. Which teaching strategy is most effective for promoting social skills development in students with mild-moderate disabilities? A. Lecture-based instruction. B. Small group activities. C. Independent study projects. What is a key principle of positive behavioral support in the context of special education? A. Strict discipline and punishment. B. Ignoring challenging behaviors. C. Focusing on the antecedents of behavior. D. Eliminating all rewards and reinforcements. Which federal law mandates the provision of a free appropriate public education, FAPE, for students with disabilities? A. No Child Left Behind Act, NCLB. B. Americans with Disabilities Act, ADA. C. Individuals with Disabilities Education Act, IDEA. What is the primary goal of response to intervention, RTI, in the context of special education? A. To identify students with gifted abilities. B. To prevent the need for special education services. C. To exclude students with severe disabilities. When developing an individualized education program, IEP, who must be included as part of the IEP team? A. Only teachers and special education staff. B. Parents, teachers, and the student, if appropriate. C. School administrators and psychologists. D. Healthcare professionals and therapists. What is the purpose of a transition plan within an individualized education program, IEP? A. To transition students out of special education. B. To address the transition from one grade to another. C. To plan for the transition from school to post-school activities. Which of the following is an example of an assistive technology device for a student with a physical disability? A. Graphic organizer. B. Audiobook. C. Adaptive keyboard. D. Highlighter. What is the term for the legal requirement to provide students with disabilities equal access to educational programs and services? A. Section 504 compliance. B. Equal opportunity law. C. Non-discrimination mandate. Which instructional strategy is effective for supporting students with autism spectrum disorder, ASD, in the classroom? A. Frequent changes in routine. B. Use of literal language. C. Avoidance of visual aids. What is the role of a paraprofessional in a special education setting? A. Solely responsible for discipline and behavior management. B. Primary teacher for students with disabilities. C. Support teacher in implementing IEP goals. D. Decision maker in the IEP process. In the context of behavior management, what is the purpose of a token economy system? A. To eliminate all forms of reinforcement. B. To provide immediate consequences for behavior. C. To promote intrinsic motivation. D. To reinforce desired behaviors through tokens or points. What is the term for an educational placement that maximizes the time students with disabilities spend with their non-disabled peers? A. Segregation. B. Full inclusion. C. Mainstreaming. Which instructional approach involves breaking down complex tasks into smaller, more manageable steps for students with disabilities? A. Universal Design for Learning, UDL. B. Task Analysis. C. Differentiated Instruction. What is the primary purpose of a functional behavioral assessment, FBA, in the context of special education? A. To identify intellectual disabilities. B. To diagnose medical conditions. C. To understand the function of challenging behaviors. Which of the following is a characteristic commonly associated with specific learning disabilities, SLD? A. Impulsivity and hyperactivity. B. Deficits in intellectual functioning. C. Difficulty with reading, writing, or math. D. Lack of social skills. What is the primary goal of differentiated instruction in a classroom with students with mild-moderate disabilities? A. To treat all students the same way. B. To provide identical assignments to all students. C. To meet the diverse needs of individual students. In the context of behavior intervention plans, what does the term antecedent refer to? A. The consequence of a behavior. B. The behavior itself. C. The events or stimuli preceding a behavior. D. The frequency of a behavior. What is the role of the general education teacher in the implementation of an individualized education program, IEP? A. Solely responsible for implementing all aspects of the IEP. B. Collaborating with the special education teacher to implement the IEP. Which of the following is a key consideration when planning accommodations for a student with a hearing impairment? A. Using only written communication. B. Avoiding the use of visual aids. C. Providing preferential seating. What is the purpose of a paraprofessional in the context of a student's individualized education program, IEP? A. Decision maker in the IEP process. B. Primary teacher responsible for academic instruction. C. Support teacher in implementing IEP goals. D. Only responsible for administrative tasks. Which federal law prohibits discrimination against individuals with disabilities in federally funded programs, including schools? A. No Child Left Behind Act, NCLB. B. Individuals with Disabilities Education Act, IDEA. C. Americans with Disabilities Act, ADA. What is the term for a specific plan that outlines the specific accommodations and modifications for a student with disabilities in a general education classroom? A. Individualized Education Program, IEP. B. Section 504 Plan. C. Response to Intervention, RTI, Plan. Which of the following is an example of a related service that may be included in a student's individualized education program, IEP? A. Small group instruction. B. Occupational therapy. C. General education class placement. In the context of inclusive education, what does the term least restrictive environment refer to? A. Providing minimal support for students with disabilities. B. Ensuring students with disabilities have access to the same educational opportunities as their non-disabled peers. Which of the following is a characteristic commonly associated with emotional and behavioral disorders, EBD? A. Advanced social skills. B. Consistent positive behavior. C. Difficulty forming relationships. D. Exceptional academic achievement. What is the purpose of progress monitoring in special education? A. To evaluate the effectiveness of instruction and interventions. B. To assign grades to students with disabilities.